Night.
7:04.
Good evening, folks. We're gonna open the meeting up at 7:04 with a full board present, along with our town administrator, recording secretary. And we'll start off with minutes. Does anybody wanna make a motion? One sec.
Alright, I'll make a motion to approve the Dunbarton Board of Selectmen non-public meeting minutes.
That was a non-public?
That's what it says.
Which version do you want, Jen? Oh, she pulled, that's why she pulled the top one off.
You doing the non-public
You
first?
messed me up.
Yeah.
No, you put it aside, so I put
No, I didn't. You picked it up.
Okay.
This is the non-public.
That's
From
it.
October 6th at 7 p.m.
Which version do you want?
I don't know, what is the difference? Why are they different?
The difference is the extraneous stuff.
Oh, yes, okay, yeah, we should do the one that,
I have no objection to either one.
I'm good with either way. I just wanna make sure that you guys are on board with whatever we do.
don't let's use this one.
Alright. So,
That's the regular one.
Yep,
Original, yep.
okay.
you have a second?
Second to that motion.
Any discussion?
No.
Alrighty. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I,
Thank you.
This is what the regular one?
Yep. It's all yours if you want it.
oops.
Okay, and I'll make a motion to approve the Dunbarton Board of Selectmen regular meeting minutes from October 6th.
I have a second. Any discussion?
No, I'm good.
I'm all set.
You just
All those in
did
favor?
you just second that?
Aye.
You both
I
public?
did.
Yes, okay.
Unless there's something funky, it's usually pretty cut and dry. One,
Yeah,
I
but
try to
sometimes you guys talk together and my hearing just
oh,
just
I already
goes.
signed this one. Sorry. There you go. Sorry.
I'd rather ask than have it wrong and then have you send me an email saying that's wrong.
For some of the regular routine stuff, I try not to make motions and stuff. That try to stay out as the chair.
Oh, well, that's good. Okay. There you go, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, the pile.
Yep.
All right. First on the agenda is amend the personnel plan, sick leave, section page 12. Sick leave. It's not in our packet, right? No,
It's in the
this packet.
selectmen's packet.
Amend here to. That's not it. I think this is it right here. Yep. All right. We have.
Can I just, I'll bring up what I have on my notes for,
No.
please?
No.
It might make it easier to
No.
flow into the
I'm kidding.
whole, okay. So this is just a
You're
follow-up
getting
for the
serious.
sick leave versus sick bank. Bob Martell and I discussed the sick leave and sick bank interpretation following the meeting when I requested clarification. After our discussion, I told Bob I would look into legal interpretation from NHMA. They responded to the inquiry with a return telephone call. The staff attorney explained that they do not get involved with interpretations related to this subject, even though they were involved with creating the document when they were part of the LGC. She did mention, however, that the intention is there to have the employee exhaust all their personal leave before using sick bank, and agreed that it would be beneficial for the town to amend the personnel plan for clarity, but to have our town attorney approve the language. So Bob was nice enough and available to provide me with a template for this week for the board to review today, and I felt, and under the advice of the NHMA attorney, that I would forward it to his language to the town attorney to shorten the turnaround time for the board to make a decision and to include a recommendation. So basically I've taken the section in whole, because what Bob provided me was just the last paragraph, but in order to get a motion in, I didn't know if you wanted to look at the whole thing, if you wanna table it, but that's the whole section of the sick leave bank. Or sick leave, excuse me, see, there you go.
Yeah. And that
Yes.
includes the other type of leaves, right? Is that what I read earlier today online?
Well, yeah, two versions. We have Bob's version, which just says that sick bank time does not become available until all of the accrued sick leave time is exhausted. And the recommendation from the town attorney is the sick bank time does not become available until all of the employee's other accrued paid time off, sick, vacation, personal, and comp time has been exhausted.
Yeah, that's what I thought I said.
And actually, whether you have a collective bargaining or personnel policy, that's usually what's in place, is you exhaust what you have till you go to a sick bank.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna be, you may be withdrawing not only your hours, but
Someone
other
else's.
employees' hours.
Right,
So that's why they want it restrictive, so that you're using up everything, and that you're at that point where you have to use it,
right,
so.
yeah,
I know, as a state employee, I'm sitting on the board of directors for the State Employee Association, we have numerous contracts out there for towns and others. And any of them that have sick leave bank, you gotta exhaust all your leave
right.
first. That means anything that you accrue, even bonus leaves and stuff like that.
The only reason I focused on sick time
Yep.
versus sick bank
Mhm.
was that was the discussion. We
Right.
didn't discuss the other
Right.
things, and that would have been the only thing to clarify that, cause it is convoluted. Some people interpret it one way, some people interpret it a different way, and so that everybody's on the same page and they know what's expected.
Right,
Cause you actually hand that personnel policy to a new employee,
correct.
so at least they know exactly what they're up against.
And I was just originally concerned about just amending a small section, but I guess it's a normal procedure for you to take,
You
even
do
just
The whole thing.
The whole thing,
You do
which-
wholesale, you do sections,
correct,
you do
correct,
whatever.
yeah,
Well, and that, what's driven it is usually, you know, if you had time to go through everything right now, you would make those corrective things. But what brings it to the forefront is you have a situation that it's becoming demanding of one person or another, you have to do this,
You have to
and
act
so,
on it,
and it goes contrary to what is actually, you know, what everyone's belief is, so.
So if I hear you correctly, Bob, you're all on board with what the town attorney recommends.
Actually, cause that's what everybody else does.
Right.
So I don't have a problem with
Okay.
that, you know.
okay.
We just wanna make sure, so, you know, we're not sitting here taking and, arguing over minutia, so. So what's your, pleasure, gentlemen? Do you wanna take and approve it tonight, or table it?
I would make a motion to approve it, because at least now you have what everyone is gonna expect out of the contract,
Yep.
rather than everybody coming in
Mhm.
at different times with whatever they believe is what they're reading.
And just for clarification, you're talking about the language that says use other accrued paid time off, sick, vacation,
Correct.
personnel.
Correct.
Yep.
The modified between what the
Yep.
attorney and I,
Mhm.
you know, looked at, so.
So we have a motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
Any more discussion on it, gentlemen?
No.
No, I think that one's been beaten pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I think it pretty much goes back to when we first started having this discussion, you know, in various times, that it's been consistent, that's been our position, so.
So, from your experience in your fields, would you say I have to distribute
I would
New
distribute a
personnel?
memo.
Oh, yeah.
just a memo?
Yeah, and use it as an
Okay.
insert, please insert
Yeah.
this in page, whatever, 12,
Okay,
whatever.
Yeah.
okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, it's a lot easier, simpler, and you don't have to take and go through and printing out
Yeah.
Yeah.
boatload of books.
And it's available online too, isn't it?
I don't know that I have it online.
Well, we don't have a whole lot of policies on that, particular tab in the webpage. I looked at it, there's only 2 or 3 things up there. I know we have a whole lot more other things.
You want everything up there?
It's public documents, let's
Okay.
throw it out there for the public to
Yeah.
read it. If they have questions, concerns, come see us.
Okay,
It's their documents.
But you actually have to make sure that each
Yeah.
employee that falls under the
Absolutely.
personnel plan receives a copy.
oh, absolutely, we'll get it out with,
Quick question.
Sure.
Are you making that motion or is
Bob made the
Bob?
motion.
I
Bob
Okay.
made the motion, Tom seconded it.
I got Tom as a second, I just wanted to, it's basically made a motion to accept the attorney's change on the personal handbook. how they
Regarding
want it?
sick leave.
regarding sick leave.
Sick bank, sick leave, whatever, you know,
Okay.
Time off.
yeah. All right, hearing no more discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
It's unanimous. All that good?
Yeah.
Mr. Stevens, you're next on the parade. You're in the parade. That was quick and easy.
One question first before getting into the parking lot lights. That batteries for the library, did I hear that?
Mhm.
And,
Is it for the library? It came out of the library.
Out of the library, I'm gonna pick one up at Battery Plus.
okay, cause I was about to get onto that. Right, cause you get asked that, right? The lights at the, library, we were going to talk about that more at the meeting on Monday.
Correct.
But this is just strictly for the
Emergency light.
emergency light, that's not for any of that other lighting.
Oh, okay.
It's just failed, it needs a new battery.
Cause what I was thinking is, if that changes what the problems are, then it's a little bit early for me to contact someone to try to get, something going on it, right?
I'm not sure exactly which lighting he's talking about, is it the outside parking lot lighting that he's talking
No,
about?
you've got the timer and
Oh, the timer
some
and
of
stuff,
the other,
yeah.
some of the other lighting
Yeah, no, that
that
has
she
nothing
had
to
a
do with
problem
it.
with.
Okay, this is entirely separate.
Correct.
Okay, good.
Right
The
church, wrong
building
pew.
ins-
Then I know where to put that.
Building inspector tested all of our building batteries and we just need one.
Yep,
You're in the
okay.
right location, wrong pew.
Okay. I just didn't wanna get crowded up. Per the, last time we talked, I, looked at the, issues with the pole lamp
Yep.
sensor and whatnot, and, looked for a sensor that has a longer range.
Mhm.
And no, this is the longest range you'll find. And then that's where the story gets a little bit more involved, because there are there's this is pages out of the manual for that, right? And it shows where it actually senses and all that kind of stuff. I also went to R and T Electric and explained what we have going on, and so bottom line, the sensor, if it is working properly, if you want to say this, should sense within the white area, okay? All that area, and it is clearly not, right?
That's correct.
Right, so, the
Yeah, they're gonna be standing right here
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and have to jump up and down before it even catches it.
right, so, I discussed this with John Ruggles at R and T.
Mhm.
And I also researched a little bit more, and so it looks like the path to be, he said that the sensor is probably mounted higher than it ought to be. And according to the instructions, that shortens the range and may actually be sensing over everybody's head. Okay, and then also the bolts that mount it.
Mhm.
I got up on the ladder a day or so ago
This
to
is
check
right now where it's supposed to be.
check that the sensitivity adjustment was fully to the most sensitive, and it was. And at that point, I noticed that I was able to move the whole sensor easily. The bolts were not tight. Okay, and so all the pieces sort of started to fit together. I did some analysis, so it's not gonna be intuitively obvious, all right? When it was first installed, somebody, Linda or somebody, walked out this door,
Mhm.
got almost to that bush, and it came on, right? But it hasn't been acting that way since. So,
Okay, so it's her fault it's broken, right?
yeah,
I'm kidding.
it took one look and said. So, John is proposing as part of the original job to
Mhm.
mount it at a more correct height,
On the building?
yes. And the,
Yeah, I see the green semicircle where I assume it's mounted on a pole.
right,
'Cause, I mean, that
and,
kinda gives us a better, people pull in and, more apt to take and set it off so, when they pull in with their cars.
however, it's not gonna catch anybody behind the pole either.
No, that shouldn't, I mean, most people behind the pole anyway are gonna be having to get in the parking lot to get there unless they're walking on the grass.
Coming out of the building, and then they should
Well,
trip
well,
on that.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're coming out of the building, they have light all the way
Right.
on the walkway.
Yeah.
And as soon as they get out to pretty much the
Mm.
walkway, at least the second one,
Should
this one
pick 'em
here,
up.
it should pick them up. This one, as soon as they around the corner, they
Yeah.
should be coming close to pick them up,
Yeah.
in theory.
but,
Yep.
so as part of the original installation, that is evidently no extra charge.
Yep.
He'll come out and lower that, but he just got a big job at the state garage. I think somebody sawed some concrete and
No, that was the city garage.
city garage,
Yeah, they cut through their power wires, they lost the entire
Right.
power of the building.
right. So he's on that one there, so he's looking at early November to do that. But before then, he is going to send out one of his guys just to verify the settings,
Okay,
okay? So, short term,
we gotta live with it.
a guy is going to come out and check the settings and whether it is really loose or whatever, right? And then they will lower it down to 6 feet, which gives the longest range. And also in the pictures here, it shows that if it is tilted a little bit, you lose that area over there, right? So get all that stuff straightened out, and I'm thinking, let's let them follow through on that effort to make what was installed right, okay?
Yep.
And then see how that works. If it's a problem and it's not covering the area, if the longest reach sensor is not covering the area you wanna cover, that says we need to add a second sensor, and that would be the one on the picture that's in yellow.
Where would you add that? On the building itself?
Yes. Yeah, they, in the literature, they sort of warn against mounting it to any kind of a freestanding something or other because the wind
Yep,
a little bit,
understand.
and therefore it is seeing something out there moving and it gets all confused, you know. So, stage one is get the one that is there working the way it should have. One of the arguments for that is that when it was first installed, it worked better than it does now. Okay, so something changed and whatnot, but lowering it will make it work better than any of those times either, okay?
Let's give it a shot.
And then, at that point, if it still needs more attention, then, look at adding another, sensor, but that's gonna be some dollars, okay?
one step at a time, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Any thoughts there, Bob?
No. Know what happens after November when he fixes it.
Yep.
I guess it moved
Yeah.
from there.
Oh, yes, and in the interim, just to make sure that it's actually on when we need it to be on, there is a setting, the far left one, which converts it to a on at dusk and off a certain number of hours, whatever the number of hours later you set it to, 4 hours, 5 hours, 3 hours, whatever, okay? One of the conditions there, you see how you do that, is you turn the power to it on and off 3 times within a 3 second period, and that converts it to just a dusk center. If the power goes out, you have to repeat that. If we have a power outage, it wakes up to its normal operating.
No, we never have power outages here.
Never, not in Dunbarton.
Where would that
Always
control
on.
be, John? Is it on a switch here on the wall? Is it in
What?
that turn off and on to change it to
That's the breaker for it.
breaker, which is,
On that panel somewhere,
Should be labeled.
okay,
right
Switch it on
Should be
in-
now.
labeled anyway.
yeah,
and I can't see from here what the rating is, so,
Okay.
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 but yeah. So, does that sound like a plan?
Yeah.
I can live with that.
Cause my feeling is, let's, rather than spending some money on something that isn't working the way, to replace something that isn't working up to
Oh, no, that's absolutely,
specification.
you know, it's under warranty, you know, get them to get it right,
Yeah,
absolutely.
and that'll also, if it turns out that it's all fixed and it's operating the way it should be, but it still falls short of the needs,
And we'll have to reevaluate and figure out where we're gonna go.
but that'll also give us a much better idea about where to put the second one.
True.
All
And
right.
third one, fourth, no,
No.
I'm kidding.
All right. Any other questions?
No, sir.
Thank you, John.
Do you,
You got a meeting, you got an engine meeting coming up, right,
Monday?
Monday?
Yep.
Cause I know there's some stuff on your agenda from Mr. Bob here,
Yep,
Yeah.
which is the
you know, the highway garage lights and the other
right,
Yeah.
lights, so,
right,
cool, we're looking forward to hear back about that.
yep,
We have the library and the highway garage.
right.
Cool.
And you can give me a little more detail about the highway garage, or do.
No, it's real simple, it's the old lights that were in the school, community center, the big HID lights.
The
Down there.
ones that we took out.
Right, they're down at the highway garage.
Yeah.
And of course, we took them out, they were community center for a reason, now they're down there, and, you know, we just wanna see what it would be, you know, I guess the return on investment of putting a different set of lights in there and,
Yep.
and that kind of thing, and I believe that was the intent,
Yeah,
correct?
they use a lot of power.
Yeah.
And the other thing is if we
Get a hardware
can
in there.
find, something where they work off the sensor, when someone's in there, they're on, and when they're out, they're out. You know, most of the state buildings now,
Mm-hmm,
the lights don't come on till you open the door and walk into the room.
right,
Mm.
even the bathrooms.
Yeah,
And,
the new Toby building,
Yep.
they went through that. and
They're doing all of
Yeah.
it, they just did the Morton building too, they went through and did a whole bunch of energy improvements, and those switches were,
And they're finding that it's saving them a lot of money, so
Mhm.
I can only imagine that depending on the cost,
Mhm.
you know.
They're pretty quick too, you
Yeah.
walk in the room and
Oh,
boom,
yeah.
it turns
Yeah.
on, it's not a,
But
a
if
delay.
they are aimed correctly,
yeah.
well, they're usually on the wall switch, right
Yeah,
where you
right,
know the
yeah, right
switches.
down low, usually.
right.
So you open up the door, you walk in, I mean, it catches you right there.
And And one other, factor over there on the bills, there's a demand charge.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that is?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's industrial and commercial rating.
Right.
Yep.
And that is triggered by even a very, very short,
Mhm.
high current thing.
Mhm.
It's a thing that says they need to supply a certain amperage of service, and so they have a charge for that, for
Mhm.
example, or not.
Oh,
Well, there's a,
Well, the lights shouldn't be on that. It should be only the high energy stuff like, like for,
like,
for
like the compressor.
compressors, welders, the high energy draw stuff, the lights.
Right.
In theory
And-
shouldn't be.
And that is where I was headed. The compressor's got a pretty good sized motor on it.
Mhm.
When you first start a motor,
Mhm.
current rushes in to energize the windings, and that puts a big spike. So for about $160, you buy something that's called a soft start module, and that spreads that
Mhm.
spike over 1 or 2 seconds.
Yeah. Or variable frequency drives or another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, anything like that, you guys can come up with for energy savings that, we might get a return on investment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also have more compressors throughout the town, fire department.
Yeah.
Wonder if that would be something we'd look into for all of them, if
You
that's
don't
the
have a
case.
demand meter on the fire department, do you, John? Didn't think so.
Oh, okay. Oh, yours is just
Yeah.
gas powered or something?
Impressive, some of the names.
Most of the town buildings have a demand thing on them, rating.
Yeah.
It goes with the usage type, type
Right.
account. The transfer station's got a lot of big motors on it,
Mhm.
so
Yeah,
we can look at all that.
sure.
All right,
Thank you,
John.
sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
see you Monday.
Yep.
Will you leave this with us?
If you'd like.
Sure. Yeah, put it with the rest of it.
Yeah, I have a file. He sent me all the folders and so I created a file for
Appreciate that.
lighting.
Have a good evening.
You too, John.
Yeah.
Thank you, John. Welcome. John Squared.
Couple quick things, our old forestry truck's ready to go, get rid of it, so,
Yeah, new one all set.
yep,
I saw you paid the bill for the body.
yep. So, it's all ready to roll, so the other one's ready to go, so my feeling is we'll advertise it like on Craigslist or whatever.
So you put it on the corner like you did the last one?
Yeah, just to go,
See if the,
Still getting a
Allison-
lot of people inquiring, so I think the fair way to do it is
Mhm.
do a bid type situation. Offer it up for bid for so many weeks and then put
Yeah.
a stipulation the town can reject
Mhm.
all bids, so if it comes in lowball,
Yeah.
we'll go a different route. But,
Put that
so
on
if
the
you're,
website. if
you
you
okay,
want.
yeah, website, so if you're all right to do it that way,
Can we set a minimum bid?
I think among us, but not make it public,
Yeah, no.
because, like I
That'd be
said.
that'd be one of those non-public sessions when it comes to, selling property,
Yeah, I mean, when we look at it, when we get these bids in and
Yeah.
you guys sit down and look at it, you can basically say,
Yeah.
what you're willing to take for it and what the bid is.
Right.
But I think to throw that number out there, cause I could sell it tomorrow
Mm-hmm.
to somebody, but, it's not fair for me I know 3 people asked me this week about it.
Mhm.
So, if I put it for sale at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, obviously, first guy that tracks me down,
Yep.
so it's not fair to the rest of them, so I think a bid would be the fairest way to sell it.
You guys have any concerns with
No,
it?
I'm fine with it.
No?
So,
I think it's a
Sealed
great
bid?
idea.
yeah, do a sealed bid through the town, and just like I said, just put the stipulation, we can reject all.
Yeah, it's just a simple one-page thing,
Yeah.
like where
Yeah.
is offering for sale.
I see stuff out
I
there,
mean,
so
just-
towns
Just if you
don't-
get lean the information as a make, model, mileage, that kind of thing, so any information they might wanna,
As is.
Yeah,
No warranty.
Yeah.
Taillight warranty.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, and the second thing is, fire alarm guy called me today.
Yeah.
Wanna know if you guys are gonna move ahead with this building or the highway garage, cause he's trying to plan out
Funny
some more.
thing you ask, huh? Well, the short answer is no,
Okay.
and the reason being is because of that building there. Basically, we've taken and had to consolidate all, put off all those repairs like the alarm and stuff we wanted to do. And it's taken and footing the bill for the structural integrity upgrade of the roof and ceiling portion of it before we put the slate on. So, I believe the intent would be, and I can't speak for these gentlemen, but my intent would be to take and revisit that alarm system and re-budget that. So if he has new numbers, because it's a year down the road, it's only fair to ask him for new numbers for the budget.
Sure.
And then we can try to craft the budget with those in there, with the intent of trying to get it done like we hope to have gotten done this year.
Okay, he just called me today, I said I'm not gonna speak for you guys, but I kind of thought that was the way, what was happening, but
Yeah.
I said I will ask you.
Personally, by all means, gentlemen,
Yeah, no.
if you wanna add
no,
anything.
But
no.
he has failed to bill us for this year, for some reason had a glitch in his system, so he's sending out a bill
That works.
this week.
You read my mind.
We're getting a bill this week from our fire station police, and I don't know if he's got them all in the same one or not.
I can
Transfer.
Ideally, well, we budgeted all this in one
We
lump
did.
sum.
Yeah,
I did,
cause he wanted to know how we're gonna break it up, I just send it as a group and, cause it's coming out of the same line
Yep.
budget, and then he'll rebill us for 17 in the first of the year. So you're gonna see two bills close together. So, that's it.
Yeah, unfortunately, with what we have to do over at the library, we're looking at hanging on to the monies we have to make sure we have enough to satisfy that contract.
Do what you gotta do, but I just,
Speaking of the library roof, as I assume it is
Yep.
chatted with you about keeping an eye on the folks when they're there to do that, make sure.
when they starting?
I don't know.
We just sent them the deposit, so they've been here twice to look at the place, but,
I thought once they signed it was supposed to be like within 15 days they were gonna start.
right, well, they've
we should
ordered,
be pretty close to it.
yeah, they've ordered parts, and I sent him an email today asking his ETA, because Paul Mazuowski came in yesterday and said, hey, where are we at?
like this
He's
from-
hoping to get his part going for November. He
Well,
wants the
I mean,
schedules for November.
If we stick to the contract timeframes, we should be pretty close to getting it done by the end of October, so you can jump on it the first of November.
Yep,
So
I'm
you
hoping.
That'd
they
be
gonna
a
access
big
the building
thing.
from the front?
nope, they're gonna go in, through the
Upstairs.
upstairs,
opening.
they're gonna open up that hatch and
No, I
rebuild
mean
it.
for daily operation, how they
Da-
gotta. get
Daily,
in the
yes,
building.
through that front door
So
entrance.
they have a key to that, they can get in
Yep,
on their own, so nobody has to.
is that how you wanna do it? I have a key here. I've
And that
opened,
may
I've been
say
opening it.
For the library's sake of,
Yeah.
being open and
Yep.
workers in and out, if, you're paying for someone to let them in every time they wanna go in and work.
Okay, yep,
Yeah, well, if they came in the library and they just went through and then just propped the door
Right.
open or whatever,
Yeah. but during the week, if they're here Monday through Friday, there's someone here that can unlock the door for them.
And we're not anticipating you being there the whole time, watching over them like a
Oh, no.
hawk, no, just, but,
What's their time frame? Get this done?
They said a
Couple
couple weeks.
Just couple weeks?
Yep, as soon as they get the
So-
metal, the steel bent and.
Yeah, so I mean,
Quick project.
just whenever, the random times you happen to be going by or stop by, or, you wanna stop in, hey, guys, poke your head in, make
Yeah.
sure they're doing things like they're supposed to be and make sure they're safe so they don't,
Yeah, no problem.
that's their issue, well, safety, but I mean, we're also on the hook as the,
That's right.
exactly.
What's the name of the company?
Score Construction,
School.
out of Londonderry,
Had a lot of good recommendations from a lot of towns and places of that nature, so,
yeah.
so hopefully.
We'll see, I guess.
Yes, indeed. How's your, new little jalopy working for you?
Good.
That's, gonna put that in the budget for,
Say what?
you gonna put that in the, in your budget for next year?
Oh, I'd like to come up some other way, we got a few ideas, but.
Okay.
I hate to come to town and ask for it, but worst case scenario.
Yeah.
We just had a donation from a family in town that was involved in an accident, so, hope to put that towards it.
Mm-hmm.
Firefighters Association also earmarked some more money for it. So, you know, probably right now around, looking to find $10,000 somewhere.
Bake sale.
Yeah, so like I said, we got a
Have a
couple
fire
things,
sale.
couple things.
Well, you know, there is an election coming up, so you guys can always
There
sell
you go.
stuff at the,
Couple
Yeah.
things in the iron.
Yeah.
Like I said, if we sell this truck, maybe some of that money could be earmarked for that.
set up the fireman's photo booth, you know,
Yeah.
so-
I'll
Start
come in and
passing the
see
boot
you
around.
again. Yeah.
yeah.
Keep us
But I mean, that's
posted.
worst case scenario.
Yeah, keep us posted on what we can do to help out if
Yeah.
need be.
But, yeah, I gotta get over this, actually going next week to be serviced over there, so.
It's due for a service, huh? Good.
Yeah, even though there's none, the hours that they want, but it's brand new and needs, the break-in oil needs to be taken
Yeah.
out and stuff, actually. They wanted a little bit sooner, but
Mhm.
last month I was busy doing inspections and didn't have time to run it over there, so.
Alright. You gotta put a plow in it so you can plow around the.
Not at this point in time.
I'm kidding.
Yeah,
One of those
yeah,
days.
plow the school farm, school sidewalk.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
Alright, John.
Guys have
Thanks.
anything else for John?
No,
No, fine.
alright, so I'll get that advertised and hopefully we can get rid of this. by the end
It'd
of
be
the
nice
month.
to come back next week and let us know what
Yeah.
you, yeah, put the bid out, I'd say for a week, I mean.
Just a week?
Well, you said
you've
you had
already got
3 or 4.
three.
Yeah, but,
I think I know one person that before.
I mean,
oh, I
you
got,
want
I got
2
a whole
weeks?
school of people.
Do you want 2 weeks, or?
Yeah, I'd put it on.
Okay, that's fine,
Yeah.
as long as you know, so we can
Yeah.
anticipate it.
Okay.
I'll put them up on that, what is it, the 27th?
Yeah.
My birthday, hey, cool.
Alright.
If my daughter-in-law's in labor, I may not be here though. Grandchild number 6.
There you go.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Do you
Thank
work
you,
with
John.
me?
Yeah.
Just give me that info?
Brian,
Yes, sir. Ma'am,
Yeah, I'll get
sorry.
you.
cause he kinda mumbled, so I wanna make sure the company's talking about billing 2 different times, can you say the name?
It's
of it?
All Star Monitoring.
Okay,
It's the
I
fire
just
alarm
wanna make
guys.
sure it's on there, cause he mumbled and I didn't hear it, so,
Yeah.
all set, thank you.
Right. I forgot to do public comment because we just got wrapped up with things, but I
Oh.
didn't anticipate too much after I saw I messed it, so.
Continue. Fine.
My apologies. Alrighty, let's go through the mailbox here real quick. Alright, we have an abutter notification for Cater Stables, because we have some town land that abuts their property. They go into the planning board this coming 19th to regarding site plan review on a expansion of their stable, 7,000 square foot one. From sitting on the planning board, I think we gave them a lot of good information in an informational session, and the plans look pretty good, so I have a feeling it's gonna be pretty cut and dry. So unless you guys have any
no.
issues.
Can I just
Yeah.
comment?
Oh, absolutely. No, no, you can't.
As a resident, or actually as a taxpayer and commuter of Montalona Road, I actually was coming to work one day this week, and I encountered one of the vehicles delivering horses to them.
Yeah.
And fortunately, I like to drive Montalona, and I drive slow because the foliage is very pleasant to look at. He was literally in my lane, but it's a straight shot. He was in my lane to turn into that driveway.
As part of the site plan
It-
review is the driveway, and they have,
It was a huge vehicle, a truck
good to
with,
know,
full-blown truck cab with a big,
Yep.
long,
horse trailer.
horse trailer on the back.
Because as part of the site plan review, we asked them for driveway improvements because of that. You know, the entrance and egress of the driveway were on that part used because of the size of the vehicles, so
Mhm.
that's all part and parcel of the improvements we asked for.
I mean, signage or something would be helpful for that person that
Mhm.
doesn't know the area that they're there. I wasn't driving fast, but
Mhm.
anyone who didn't pay attention to Cater Stables might come up to that section.
That was good to know for when we're on the planning board, I can bring it up,
Yeah,
just to help solidify that fact, to fix it.
yeah.
Thank you.
Can I see that before you give it to him, please? I'd just like a copy of it, this down so I spell it right, thank you.
Alright, Community Action Program has sent us a letter here. Alright, funds for the Concord Area Center are primarily generated from 3 main sources. The Operations Center, the local tax dollars in conjunction with funding from the Electric Assistance Program, utility companies and Low Income Energy Assistance Program, federal. Therefore, on behalf of the Concord Area Center, $20,339 worth of service dollars provided to residents of Dunbarton utilizing federal, state, and local funds. We respectfully request consideration of our services and submit the following recommendation to the budget committee to see if the town will vote and raise the appropriate sum of $2,100 in the continuation of the service to the low-income residents of Dunbarton. They sent us a breakout on Dunbarton residents. Emergency food pantry, we had 40 meals for 4 persons at value of $200. Fuel assistance, 25 applications, 66 persons between the households or such, $20,700. Electric assistance, 8 enrolled, $515.28. 0 grants. Weatherization, 1 home for 1 person, $6,924 and change, for a grand total of $28,339. So for a small investment of $2,100, looks like some residents or the town, our constituents, got their money's worth. And they also have a breakout regarding everything else for center. So, what you guys?
What did we do with that last year? I kinda remember some
Put it-
discussion we had.
We put it in the welfare budget
Is
line.
that what we did with it?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think
It's
it was-
it's a separate line item
Was it
within.
21 last year or was it
It
2000?
was, yep, I put it
Okay.
right on the top,
Was it?
same amount.
Same amount, yeah.
I think for the last 4 or 5 years,
Yeah.
they were right around 2,000, I think they just bumped it up $100 a couple of years.
Alright.
So, this is.
So you're actually, you exceeded tenfold
Mhm.
Oh,
as
yeah,
far as
yeah,
what
they
they're
do
getting.
provide
you
they're
know.
very easily to, contact, I can
Mhm.
refer people to them.
I mean, they do good work, helping
Yeah.
our most vulnerable citizens.
That's what I was gonna say, is, I mean, that's, for some people, that's
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
the
And-
difference between, you know, keeping your head above water and desperation.
Yep.
Right, and she does include a letter that's the same to the welfare director, so she knows what this group has, assisted the town with, so they're on the
Yeah.
same
That's
page.
good. I mean, it's not budget time yet per se, so just
No,
more of an
but that's
FYI,
what they'll
so.
probably be looking for in that area.
Yeah, well, this is how I would craft the budget, I put it in my binder,
Yep.
which I've created, and then I'll bring it up for discussion when
Yeah,
we talk
Absolutely,
about budget.
so, just for a short discussion, I know since I've been sitting on here, we've funded it every year and it's kind of a no-brainer for the amount of
For what
return on
you're getting,
investment.
For what
yeah,
we
I
get in
was gonna say,
return? Yeah.
what
Absolutely.
you're getting is there's not much of a tax impact, and,
No.
you know, it's maybe a small segment, but it's still
Yep.
people that are important to the town,
Absolutely, absolutely.
you know?
Yep. I mean, years ago, many years ago when I first came back to town, I was out of a job, we used it.
Yeah.
You know, it helped us get us by
Yeah.
until, because it was a bad time in the economy, there was a recession on. So, it's right when I came out of the military, bad time. All right, moving on, we have a, email from Michelle Clark regarding the, tax rate setting from Lane, just came in. They need the financial from the school to be approved by the Department of Education, so basically the school's holding us up. Or not the school, but Department of Education for the school portion is holding us up. So, hopefully, you got an appointment with them tomorrow to set the town side, right?
Yep, phone conference, so we'll, double check all of our numbers to make sure nothing holds them up and we're all in, agreement of what we've, decided we're gonna work with.
Cool. I mean, if you do, I mean, you're gonna have a good idea what the tax rate is, by the time you're done your appointment on the town side, right?
There's the town side, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
Could
Yep.
you, just email us, just to kinda give us an FYI,
Yep,
heads up,
yep, I can do that.
just out of
Anybody's-
curiosity.
If anybody happens to be going by the office, you're welcome to listen in on the telephone conference.
I'll be at work,
Me too.
sorry.
Gotta work tomorrow. Game 5-day work week.
Alrighty, next thing, I got an email from me, forwarding some resources for stuff. Basically, I mentioned this last week, we have a, matrice for required use of paid leave during FMLA. This is what the state has, for our different things. Reason why I kinda held off and said, pass out to you guys, but we have different leaves. We have sick leave, and you have sick dependent, which is the 6D, and through our collective bargaining, they call it sick M, don't ask me why. But they do, we were able to negotiate an extra 15 days of sick dependent for FMLA related issues, so that's why they have 3 different categories. So that's basically for that, but I don't know if this would be something that you know, we could take and modify for our use that, and put it in the personnel manual.
I guess I'd have to research exactly what the state offers the employees as far
Well,
as
I mean, we
accrual.
get like sick leave, you get comp time, you have annual leave, floating holiday, you know, you get unpaid leave, bonus leave we don't offer here. Sick, I know we don't have sick dependent leave, do we?
Well, it would fall under the FMLA and we'd have to use our accrued time or
Right,
sick
but I
time.
mean, this is just, we have a number of different categories.
Mhm.
You know, even though I have a big pot that says sick leave,
Mhm.
sick leave is for me and also sick dependent, so like if my wife was sick.
That's what ours covers
Right.
under our personnel plan.
Right.
It's
But
for,
I'm only allowed 5 days of sick dependent.
Oh.
I could be out for 30 days myself, but I can only take 5 days of sick dependent. And we negotiated about 4 years ago,
okay.
an additional 15 days of extra sick dependent, so technically I have up to 20 days.
Well, would you think that our personnel plan right now exists where if you are out for more than 3 days, we can require, a doctor's medical
Right.
note? Do you think there would be abuse when we're not a large staffed town?
I was just telling them what
where-
they have to use, like, you know, like we had with, the sick leave, the sick bank stuff.
Yeah,
This basically tells you, you know, here's the conditions while you're out for leave, this is what you gotta use, you have to use, or these are optional to you if we so choose. I mean, this, being modified any which way we feel think it's reasonable for the employees.
okay, so this is
Correct.
something we should look at
Right.
with, when we look at the,
You got it, just an email, right?
yeah.
Yes, I did,
Okay.
yes,
Yeah.
I just didn't print it out,
Yep.
because
Mhm.
I usually like hands-on,
Yep.
so I can put it down, pick it up, put it down, pick it
So
up.
like I said, I mean, it's just an example of something like that, just to make it easier, so we know, you don't have to sit there and think, oh crap, what is it, you know, you can go right to it and say, oh, this person's out for this reason.
So once again, in order to be black and white,
Mhm.
a template, maybe not as detailed as that,
No, not
should
necessarily.
be added
Mhm.
to what qualifies for sick leave and
Mhm.
how much time is allowed.
That's
I mean, I
exactly,
don't
I
know.
mean, just a simple little matrix that, you know, this is, you know, you're out sick, you can do this,
Mhm.
your, you know, immediate family is out, you know, living with you, that's, you know, sick dependent, you can do this, you know.
Yeah.
Cause FMLA, like for example, you know, my mother's not with us anymore, but, you know, if she was living in Ospey, I could take sick dependent FMLA to take her to a doctor's appointment or pick her up from a doctor, or from the hospital, because it's part of the FMLA as a parent.
That's how ours is
Right.
worded today, it's
Mhm.
in the paragraph that says